Hey guys, D.Bowie here, and this is how to play Necrophos in 701 featuring Black. Before I start this video, I would like to remind you guys that while the video can suggest to you that this is the only way to play Necro now, this is just one of maybe many ways to approach the hero. But okay, I have to tell one more thing. I'm actually traveling throughout South America, and since I'm a workaholic, I can't stop working. So if anything is whiffy about the video or the audio, I'm sorry, I will be back to my house in about 2 weeks, and I hope the content can shine more than these little problems. But now let's really begin. If you pay attention to Black's initial items, this is a very common opener now, especially in heroes that go Dominator. Spoiler alert, he will build Helm of the Dominator this game. This starting item build allows you to build Magic Wand in the side shop. One of the branches can go to your headdress and the other one can be eaten or just saved. A good idea before watching this video is checking the changelog on Necro if you didn't play him this patch or if you're unsure of the new changes. I will mention some stuff as I talk about them, but it's always a good idea to read the notes. Black and Lena are able to get a kill on Nyx. Let's see how they achieve it. Black knows Lena is around, and since his range creep started fighting the enemy one, he gets pretty low on HP. But pay attention how Black doesn't try to deny it, instead he goes forward to get other less hits. Nyx gets greedy, and it's clear that Black was baiting because he forgets about the other creep and starts auto-attacking the bug. He uses one pulse as he blocks Nyx, and even though Lena misses the stun, he abuses the fact that he got boots very early to keep chasing. Since Lena was very smart and wrapped around them, while Black also took the aggro away and just pretended he gave up on the kill, they get the kill mainly because Lena stunned from the fog. She was the MVP here. One of the biggest changes to the hero is that Necro now has a slow. The AoE is pretty small, but it allows Necro to go Treads instead of Phase. Phase was pretty much a core item on the hero, since he is so slow and mainly depends on having range to cast all of his skills, which have pretty short cast range. With Treads he can Tread switch, which is pretty interesting since you can use it to regen your HP more efficiently with the passive from Death Pulse. I mean, pretty much everyone watching this video right now understands the value of Tread switching. But Necro is probably not the hero you think the synergy is so strong. This clip shows how strong this can be. Before I even play this clip, I want to point out something Black appears to really enjoy doing. If you watched my last video about Miracle's Anti-Mage, in the Pugna version of that video, I also talk about Black's AM, and he goes for the same starting item build here. He builds a ton of Magic Wand charges early on, but he never uses them to pop another skill or just regen a little bit, unless he gets ganked, and it's a pretty interesting decision. AM is not the hero that usually wants to go Magic Wand, but it can really help you turn a gank round, especially now that you can't go stats early on with AM. Monkey King goes for a gank. Unfortunately for him, he initiates as Black gets his ult, but pay attention how Black doesn't panic. He doesn't cast either ult, heal or Magic Wand straight away. After all, he is full mana and not in risk of dying right away. He heals, Tread switches to Strength, waits as long as possible to pop Magic Wand, heals again while he Tread switches, and the most important aspect of him turning the skill around is how he waits as much as possible for another Death Pulse cooldown before he casts ult. He is able to dish more damage during Reaper Sight, and because of that he gets the kill. Before he gets the kill, he has 50 mana, showing that not only waiting to pop Magic Wand was important, but Tread Switch pretty much guaranteed him extra mana to cast everything and extra HP to survive throughout all of that. I would really like to see him turn into edgy treads faster, but I mean, he got a pretty amazing kill, so I'm going to ignore that. I guess another aspect of that kill worth mentioning is how he never used Ghost Shroud. I feel like if Monkey King had the chance to attack him one more time, he would use it mid-attack animation to survive. At the same time though, since he didn't need the skill to actually get the kill, since he made great use of the fog there to buy more time, he could pop it during the region of getting the kill to heal a little bit more. Using agility treads would be fine, but as you get more levels, using the skill after getting the kill is a way to regen more when you can. One thing to pay attention to is that now, you can basically use Death Pulse for free, as long as you kill an entire creep wave with the skill, since you get 50 mana regen for each creep you kill, and Death Pulse costs 185 mana. Just a little bit after, we see Black using Ghost Shroud very effectively. As soon as Monkey King shows up, he activates the skill, dodging the damage from Monkey King's Fissure. With another heal and Reaper Sight, they guarantee another one. So you might be wondering, well yeah, Black appears to be doing fine early game, why the hell would he go for Dominator? Does he really need that attack speed or extra regen on a hero that mainly deals magic damage? And the quick answer is no, he doesn't. But what people fail to realize about Helm of the Dominator is the teamfight aspect of it. Not only you give your whole team more attack speed, in this case ASF with Empower, but most importantly, the Dominated creep really helps heroes like Necro to be relevant in early fights. Necro is really immobile, and a bad rotation usually means you lost farming time. And in this game they are against a Naga, so you really don't want your early game to go bad for you. So while Black farms the lane, he can send the Dominated creep to maybe aid his team if needed. In this case he did not achieve anything, but when Black goes aggressive with his team, the Dominated creep already makes Ember play defensively.
Bountiful!
Allowing them to get an easy kill on Rubik. Pay attention how he makes sure to be able to cast Death Pulse after ulting Rubik. In this case, even though the projectile wasn't fast enough, he secures the kill anyways. Another relevant aspect of going Dominator on Necro is that when enemies try to focus the creep, the constant heal can sustain the jungle creep while at the same time damage enemies, and since he was able to buy time for the troll, he almost gets another kill on Nyx. If you still have your doubts about Dominator on Necro, how the hell would Black get this kill without the troll? The root from Troll or the slow from a Satyr can buy time for another teammate to cast his disable, or even Necro to be able to cast Ghost Shroud and slow them. The biggest buff to Necro, at least in my opinion, is him getting mana regen with Death Pulse instead of another skill. Because of that he can keep healing his jungle creep over and over again. That jungle creep now has 1 mana regen per second after the changes in 7.0.0, meaning that this creep can keep being effective for a long period of time. And this is exactly what we're seeing here. With other heroes you have to switch creeps because they die, and sometimes you don't get the right creep, and here he can just maintain his troll for a long time. One of the main weaknesses of Necro is lack of disable, and in this patch the combination of everything I said before makes Dominator an elegant, cheap and decent solution. You might be feeling like going for 40 extra damage is bad on Necro, since now his slow demands that the hero can't attack, and while that is true, it only shows how the skill is more tailored towards playing defensively rather than aggressively. Necro still is very slow, and it's not like you're going to walk in and use Ghost Shroud in the enemies. But if he has the constant aid of the Dominated creep to get kills, he doesn't really need to use his slow to chase enemies. Also, since he went Dominator and Treads, those 40 damage are going to be way more utilized since he has a little bit of attack speed. And well, he has a Magnus, so I guess this is a plus. Dire's team might feel very bad synergy-wise, but Track and Dominated creeps are now very terrifying. Since the jungle creeps now have Blazed move speed, the jungle creeps get close to 500 move speed with Track, allowing Black's team to get another easy kill. And while you may feel like this game was a stomp, get ready for more spoilers, it definitely was not. This game lasted for close to 2 hours, and the enemy team has a Naga Siren, so this is one of the main reasons they are losing early fights so much. At the same time, Black had the right idea. Forcing fights and buildings early on is usually the best way to deal with the hero. His next item of choice was a Blink Dagger. Not only it can help him blink away with Ghost Shroud, but it also helps him positioning aggressively to cast ult and Death Pulse. Here Black dies for the first time in this game. He was playing very aggressively without his team there. What ends up killing him is that he wanted to gather more Magic Wand charges to use them during Ghost Shroud to heal more, but Monkey King and Rubik chain stun him to perfection and he dies without being able to pop it. Even though he dies, you can see the power of the Dominated creeps. He kills Monkey King with the tomato, and if Radiant didn't have the shrine there, maybe he could get another one.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Just a little bit after, you can see another good aspect of both Blink and Dominator. The really fast Dominated creep is able to scout Naga farming, while Blink allows him to close the gap very easily. See how he blinks behind the trees to not alarm Naga? Unfortunately, he gets stunned just after casting Reaper Sight, and Naga can cast Song of the Siren and run away. This fight is very clutch. He almost dies. One thing to note is that Ghost Shroud has instant cast point, meaning that if Black wanted to be really greedy, he could cast Ghost Shroud first and then use Wand and heal. but he spams Magic Wand first and only then casts Ghost Shroud and Death Pulse to heal a little bit more. Since he was able to tank throughout everything, it gave time for Magnus to land a beautiful RP and they get a triple kill. After some time, it gets clear that Naga is starting to gain control of the game. Black struggle to kill illusions, and even with Dire getting Aegis, the situation doesn't seem too easy. When they try to go for the tier 3 towers, they can clearly experience how Naga is annoying to deal with in this patch. With the addition of shrines, she can easily TP there to send illusions to creep skip Black's team. Now, they can't keep their siege. This is one nerf to sieging just one lane. Not only it is easier to creep skip, but the enemy team can also TP there to flank you unless you have vision of that area. Well, this wraps up for today. If you enjoyed this video, please guys give it a thumbs up, it helps a lot. If you want to see the extended version of this video, please check the link in the description. And I can't overstate how this video wouldn't ever be possible without the huge help from the Pugna guys, so please show them some love.
Pugna is a platform where you can learn from people like Chessie, Fogged, Slasher, Monib, and get better at the game. They have now great content on 7.0.0, and if you want to raise your MMR, it's a great time. Just figure out the patch faster than others and get those easy wins. And of course, if you enjoy this content, please subscribe to my channel and let's keep learning together. As soon as Miracle understands that he is solo laning against a Spirit Breaker, he immediately gets 1 point in Mana Break. The ability to deal way more damage with that skill and also prevent Spirit Breaker from charging other lanes is super worth it, while Blink is uncalled for in this situation. One minor thing I want to point out that a lot of players disregard or forget to do is trying to fight enemy creeps without your own creeps. Even if the lane is easy and you have tons of regen, he has more than 300 gold invested in regen. A poor man